It's Friday, March 6, 2020, and here's what's happening. A Jamestown man will be sentenced next month on federal child pornography charges. We have the details. Plus, the Jamestown man accused of killing 22-year-old Dylan Ownbay on Willard Street will stand trial in May.
And a look over Erie shows you the cloudy skies, but some more snow is on the way. But where's that warm-up? Is it coming? We'll talk about it next and more as the news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now, TGIF to you and yours. I'm Justin Gould. Our top story today, a Jamestown man will be sentenced next month in U.S. federal court after previously pleading guilty to possession and production of child pornography. The U.S. Attorney's Office tells WNY News Now that James Chapman is scheduled to be sentenced on April 3rd. Chapman entered a guilty plea before a U.S. judge in federal court last May. He faces a mandatory minimum penalty of 15 years in prison, a maximum of 40, and a $250,000 fine. The U.S. Attorney's Office says that the FBI and Jamestown police coordinated the investigation. For more information on the case, visit our website at WNYNewsNow.com. The Jamestown man accused of killing 22-year-old Dylan Ownbay will stand trial in May in Chautauqua County Court. A court clerk tells WNY News Now's Matt Hummel that jury selection for Tavon Turner is scheduled to start on May 5th. Turner is facing 2 counts of second-degree murder because of the allegation that he killed and intentionally killed a man during a felony. Authorities say, however, they have not provided specifics regarding the felony. Ownbay of Jamestown was stabbed to death on November 28, 2017, after the Jamestown Police Department says he was involved in some sort of altercation with another person on Willard Street at Peterson Street. Turner was indicted in May. He was remanded to Chautauqua County Jail on $1 million cash, where he sits today. Jason Smith will be representing Turner, where Chautauqua County District Attorney Patrick Swanson will be the prosecutor in the case. Well, Jamestown officials say for the 3rd consecutive year, the number of total crimes in the city has decreased, while the number of ambulance transports are up. According to the annual Public Safety Report, in 2019, violent crime was also down 18.7% from the previous year. Property crime also dropped 7.5%. Last year's statistics show the amount of violent crimes committed was 170 offenses compared to 209 in 2018, and the total amount of property crimes committed was 748 offenses. That compared to 108 in 2018. Now, total calls to the Jamestown Police Department decreased from 36,000 to 35,000. Jamestown Police Chief Harry Snelling says due to the recent bail reform law here in New York, he's unsure if the rate will increase come this time next year.
I think we'll know by the end of the year, early next year, we'll get a better grasp on what the numbers are going to look like. But it is concerning. That concern is shared by not just me, but my colleagues around the area, around the state. We have a high recidivism rate already in Chautauqua County, and I think with what we've already seen and experienced, you're seeing some of the same names over and over.
Now, the Jamestown Fire Department, meanwhile, responded to more than 6,000 calls for service last year. That's an increase of 1,000 from the previous. The total amount of ambulance transports that the fire department provided increased to more than 900 from 532 in 2018, and nearly threefold increase from 2017. Additional data presented in this report can be found on WNYNewsNow.com. Well, a group of New York lawmakers are continuing the push for a 3-digit suicide hotline. They want to change the current 11-digit number to 900-988. They say shortening the hotline and treating it like 911 will likely save lives. Nationwide, lawmakers are also considering shortening the hotline number to 988. The Federal Communications Commission has also voiced support for the change. State leaders hope to update the number by the end of this session. Well, a downtown Jamestown bakery is celebrating its 1-year anniversary this weekend. Andrea Latona, she's the owner of Full Moon Rising Bakery, says on Saturday at 1 o'clock, her staff is inviting the community to attend a celebration with free samples of cake at her West 3rd Street location. Latona says the festivities will then continue all week long with special milkshakes on Sunday.
We put a whole cupcake inside the milkshake. There's one on top of the milkshake. There's a whole bunch of, whipped cream, whatever we think that goes with that flavor is piled on top. A fun colored spoon. It's in these retro glasses.
Now, in addition to several flavors introduced in the past, Latona's crew are introducing a new strawberry cheesecake milkshake for the occasion. The bakery will not only provide custom milkshakes and traditional dessert items, but they create custom treats as well.
I'm not a baker. I'm an art school dropout, so this is art to me. And the cookies are really just like a canvas that I kind of paint on with icing.
Now, Latona says she cannot take all the credit for her business success. She's grateful for her family, friends, and her great team. In January, she was presented with the Young Business Person of the Year award by the Jamestown Community Chamber of Commerce. To learn more about Full Moon Rising, you can visit them at Full Moon Rising Bakery, jtny.com. Certainly very exciting, and those milkshakes absolutely look delicious. Can we put that back up on the screen if we can? I mean, look at that. I mean, that looks like something that would be coming from a food magazine or something, but they make that right here in Jamestown, and albeit maybe not the healthiest treat for you, but certainly something that people will enjoy nevertheless, and I look forward to maybe stopping down and getting some come this weekend. Hopefully everyone is having a good day. We thank you so much for joining us here on WNY News Now. Hello to Wendy. Hopefully you're doing well. Good afternoon to Raymond as well. Hello to David. Hello to Titus. Hopefully you're doing well. Jay, good afternoon to you. Thank you all so much for joining us here on WNY News Now. Dave says a big shout out to the boys swim team today, and certainly a lot of great local sports, as Norm Rodriguez will be having much more on them coming up in just a little bit. But now let's get a check of our First Defense weather forecast, and Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter standing by with a look at that. Happy Friday to you, Dakota.
Happy Friday, Jay. And as you can see behind me, this is the live First Defense Doppler radar. And again, we haven't had a whole lot of moisture so far today, but notice how everything is kind of moving in a circle like this. This is because low pressure is on its way. We're getting wrapped up in the flow around the low. We'll talk more about this a little bit later on, but snow will be coming our way today. It is not a big deal. So I don't think this is going to be a huge deal, and it's not even going to last long. Any accumulation is not even going to last long either. In terms of the lake ice here, not a whole lot, only 1% ice coverage across the entire lake. That's the reason, of course, they pulled the ice boom out of Lake Erie this week, because there's just hardly any ice on the lake, and I don't think we're going to ice this lake up at all through the winter. I think we can call it over. We're not going to ice it up. 44 was the high yesterday, 31 was the low this morning, and 75 and 15 below zero are in the record books for today. The average high for this date is 40, and again, we're starting to get warmer as the days go on here, at least average. So hour by hour through the day, temperatures hanging out in the mid to upper 30s. This is below average. Again, we should be near 30 degrees, but snow will be coming our way through the afternoon and tonight. Tomorrow's looking great. Sunday, a fantastic day, even warmer. We'll talk all about it in the full weather segment a little bit later on. Justin?
All right, Dakota, looking forward to it. Thank you very much. Coming up, Joanna Dolbuck from the Chautauqua County Chamber of Commerce is in studio to talk about next weekend's St. Patrick's Day festivities. And later on, details on Falconer Central School's Fiddler on the Roof performance. That and more as the News at Noon continues.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Every cookie sold in the Girl Scout Cookie Program helps girls learn lifelong lessons in people skills, decision making, money management, goal setting, and business ethics. It's amazing how much you can learn from a cookie. The Girl Scout Cookie Program. Think outside the box.
And welcome back to WNY News Now. Joanna Dahlbeck joins us in studio. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
We love having you on the show.
I love coming to see you.
Hopefully you'll forego
I do. You're
pronunciation.
forgiven.
Thank you. So, super exciting event coming
Here we
up
go
next
again.
weekend here
Yep.
in Jamestown. It seems like everybody gets out to celebrate their little bit of Irish.
Yes.
Everybody's
Irish.
What is happening come next weekend?
Next weekend, the 14th of March, we will be turning the river green once again. We will start closing the streets between 2nd and Harrison at 10 a.m. We will have vendors set up with hot chocolate, cocoa, hot cocoa, whatever, coffee, donuts, cookies. Also, events by Scott will be there. He'll be selling his St. Patrick's Day wares, as well as doing, I believe, face painting. The river will begin to turn green when the leprechaun comes out onto the bridge, which the leprechaun will be there starting a little after 10 for pictures with the families and everything. And he's a pretty awesome little leprechaun, let me tell you.
And this is such a great event to bring the kids to, I
Yes.
would imagine. Especially, hopefully, will be a little bit warmer.
Last year we had the blizzard for 10 minutes. We couldn't do anything. It was crazy.
But either way, I know last year there was still a lot of those kids out there on the street getting pictures from with their parents and with the leprechaun.
Yes.
And certainly the sense of community, it seems like, really comes together during the St. Patrick's Day festivity. And I know this year the Chamber of Commerce, and have you done this in years past where you try to connect local businesses to the event?
Yes, we do. And actually, I was out doing that yesterday, and I have some more work to do today. Right now, we have probably about 25 different businesses in the downtown Jamestown area, from 4th to 2nd Street and Washington to Spring area, that are participating in our Leprechaun Crossing. Some of them are the Shake It Daily. They have the Jamestown Nutrition. They have Shamrock Shakes. Of course, the Wine Cellar, they're going to have green beer. And the Cherry Lounge will have green beer. Jamestown Brewing Company is going to do all kinds of specials for food, including Skinner's Kitchen on Potter's Alley. He's going to be making corned beef and green eggs and ham. Everybody's got something going. One of the other neat things is, if you're not familiar with it, once you have all the kids downtown, down on the river goes green at 11, by the way, and it usually lasts about 45 minutes. Take them up to the 14 East 2nd to the Sousapalooza, which is a Dr. Seuss themed thing at the Children's Activity Corner. Adults are free, children are $8. And they've got all kinds of games and extra things for the kids to do, kind of keep them busy before we get to late evening when you need to put them down for a nap.
Right,
or late afternoon.
Get the energy out beforehand.
Yes.
That's for sure. So we're looking for then businesses downtown who are part of this.
Yes.
How can people identify that they're having a special? Is it through the posters?
Yeah, the green posters show Leprechaun Crossing. There's also some white ones out there to remind you to look for the Leprechaun Crossing posters. And like I said too, I delivered a whole bunch of them yesterday, and everybody's excited about it. The biggest thing is to go ahead and come uptown and take advantage of all this fun.
And I know earlier this month, the Chamber was kind of encouraging local businesses to maybe offer a discount or some sort of specialty item for St. Patrick's Day. Do you know of any specifics that will be happening?
Well, like I said, the Shake It Daily, they've got their Shamrock Shake. Hotspot Cafe, which is a brand new business here on the corner of 3rd and Pine. They're doing something. I think they're doing green donuts or something.
Cool. So certainly really
and Fringe
getting into
Hair, which I love. Andrea, she's just doing so good. They're or not Fringe, Full Moon Rising.
Yeah.
They're gonna blow it out of the water, I'm sure.
Yeah. Especially with the milkshakes we saw earlier. It'd be cool maybe if they'll get a green milkshake. So I guess
she'll do something.
She's so creative too, which I think probably plays a lot into this type of event where, yourself, other chamber members, and really the business community themselves say, we want to have these events so that we can bring hype to the area and show off our creative talents. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it.
You bet. And the one thing with our events here, as far as participating in the Shamrock Leprechaun Crossing and things, you do not have to be a member of the Chamber of Commerce, although we would encourage it because there's a lot of other added benefits with that. But, I just love walking into a business and say, "Hi, I'm Joanna from the Chamber. I'm not going to sell you anything. I just want you to participate."
Yeah. So certainly then next Saturday, 11 o'clock, we'll be turning the river green here in downtown Jamestown. And we'll be streaming that live here on WNY News Now. If you don't get a chance to come out, but please, please, please come out and support local businesses here, because they are the ones who are keeping the jobs here locally, keeping the money here locally, spending on things like sports teams and things like that. And that's really what this community is all about.
I want to mention our sponsors as well, which is M&T Bank is a sponsor. The Chautauqua County Visitors Bureau sponsored, as well as the BPU and the city parks.
Yeah, certainly, and we thank them for that because they make it possible.
They do.
Joanna, thanks so much for being on the show today. We appreciate it.
I always have a great time with you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always fun.
And it's Friday.
It's Friday, yes, and we're all greened up too, which is great. I mean, I love your earrings too. They're very good. So perfect. St. Patrick's a little earlier.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to be here, so
don't
even mention it.
She's going to a tropical place, let me tell you.
That's not that tropical.
Well,
it's south.
More tropical than here.
Right. But I'll be watching everything. I'll be watching you closely.
We love it. We love it, Joanna. Thank you. Another man that we're watching closely, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's you watch the sky pretty close, Dakota. Don't
we
you?
do. And it goes back to this never-ending argument about the News Now cam. I like it pointed at the sky. Jay likes it pointed down on 3rd Street because he likes to see people walking across the street. He's a creeper. What do you want? This is a new Sky Vision camera. This is actually coming from the New York State Mesonet that's located in Clymer, and this is where essentially, this is where the Mesonet site is. 35 right now with a northwest wind of 13 miles per hour. And again, that's a live updating camera and a live updating weather station that updates every 5 minutes. 44 was the high yesterday. Hope you enjoyed it with that sunshine because it's done and over with for today. 41 in Dunkirk was the high yesterday. 44 in Erie. 43 Olean, and 45 in Bradford. But the warmer temperatures will be making a return. We just got to get through today, and then it will turn warmer once again. Also, do not forget, set the clocks forward 1 hour. If you still have old-fashioned clocks, most of us have, smart watches and phones, but, that essentially do it for us. But if you still have old-fashioned clocks, spring them forward 1 hour Saturday night as you head to bed. 2 a.m. on Sunday, we officially begin daylight savings time. We lose an hour, but we gain daylight finally. So the days are getting longer once again. Here is the News Now cam, speaking of which, and we have the mainly cloudy skies downtown. 33 is the current temperature at the airport, northwest wind of 15, and that knocks our wind chill down to 23. So that's what it feels like when you step outside when you have the wind blowing it around. Current temperatures around the region right now, 33 in Mayville, 35. There's that 35-degree temperature in Clymer, 37 Quarry, 35 Dunkirk, 37 Randolph, and 34 in Erie, in Warren, in Olean. And again, the ones in orange are coming from the New York York State Mesonet. And again, we talked about that last week. We now have the ability to plot those. So let's talk about the snow that's coming. It is not a big deal. It's basically nuisance type of snow today, going all the way through tonight, a few inches at most. It's who cares kind of snow. That's basically the kind of snow we're getting into. A 5-star weekend. You'll see it on the 7-day. Fantastic. And a taste of spring. Oh my! It's getting warmer once again as we head into the weekend and into early next week. Our next big thing is obviously the snow that's coming. So here's the satellite and radar composite. Again, you can notice how everything kind of has a circular motion to it. That's because we're getting wrapped up in the flow around the low. And our storm system is actually the marriage of these two low pressure systems right here. This is going to go directly over us. And then this is the one off the Atlantic East Coast. These two are going to merge their moisture together and it's going to form into one storm. Now, the thing here is this is a marriage that's not going to last long because this thing is going to go way off the Atlantic East Coast. And by the time this has a chance to become a big time storm, it's going to be way off the coast. Now, if this thing was several hundred miles more closer to the coast, this would be a big time nor'easter this time of the year, but it's not going to form into a big time storm until it's further out to sea. So it's a sea easter. I don't know. I guess we just made up a word. All right, here we go with future scan through the day. It picks up on those chances for those snow showers. It's not widespread. It's on again, off again type of snow with that northerly wind coming in. The snow will continue early tonight. It'll taper off later tonight. And then look at tomorrow. Lots of sunshine, few clouds early. Then we get into sunshine in the afternoon and it stays dry all the way through the weekend. So snow totals here, this is no big deal because it is not a big deal. 3 to 4 inches at most on the hills, 1 to 2 inches lower elevations, 1 inch or less down to the south. Who cares? I mean, and it's not even going to last long. With the warmer temperatures, all that's going to melt, over the weekend. So, who cares about it? The Lake Erie shoreline today, upper 30s here. And again, a few snow showers from time to time, a little accumulation, but that west wind 10 to 20 miles per hour. So it will be breezy out there through the day. Inland areas here, and again, mid to upper 30s here, a few snow showers, at most a couple inches, not a big deal of accumulation. You want to take a look at the weekend? Here it is on the next 7 days of your life that are coming up. How about that? I've gone crazy. I put 60 in on Sunday. I think we have a good shot of hitting it. Wowza. And as we head into next week, we stay warm on Monday. A few scattered showers possible. Another trough comes in here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Brings us a chance for a few rain showers that may mix with a few snow showers later in the week with temperatures seasonable for this time of the year. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with Look at Sports. Tonight at 6:45, the 21-1 Randolph Cardinals varsity boys basketball team will take on the 16-6 Holland Dutchmen in the Section 6 Class C2 finals. Randolph is on a 19-game winning streak, including a 59-47 win over Salamanca Tuesday in the semifinals. Meanwhile, Holland has won 5 straight, including a 54-51 win over the Ellicottville Eagles in a semifinals game Tuesday. The game will be played at Jamestown Community College. On Thursday night, the Sherman Wildcats varsity girls basketball team took on the North Collins Eagles to see who would advance to the Section 6 Class D finals against the Panama Panthers. Sherman started with 21 unanswered points before North Collins scored. The Wildcats would go on to win 51-13. Sherman will take on Panama for the finals on Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock. The game will be played at JCC. With a 7:05 puck drop tonight, the Jamestown Rebels will host the New Jersey Titans for a 2-game series. Jamestown was swept by the Maryland Black Bears in their last 2 games. The Rebels are currently in 5th in the Eastern Division with 43 points. New Jersey, meanwhile, is in 1st in the Eastern Division with 73 points and have clinched a playoff spot. Saturday's game will also start at 7:05. That's it for sports today. Back to Justin and Dakota.
All right, Norm, thank you very much. Well, this weekend, Falconer Central School's Drama Club will present Fiddler on the Roof. The musical is based on the life of a philosophical Jewish milkman who expands the customs of the Jewish people and their lives in a Russian town in 1905. Now, since December, around 45 students of the cast, crew, and orchestra have been practicing for this musical performance. The show's directors say audience members will be treated to well-known musical selections such as Tradition, Sunrise, Sunset, Matchmaker, and the iconic If I Were a Rich Man. Performances will take place tonight at 7:30, tomorrow at 7:30, and Sunday at 2:30 at Falconer High School's auditorium. Dakota, tickets are $8 at the door, and a full list of musicals happening in and around our area this weekend and next weekend are posted right now on WNYNewsNow.com. So certainly excited for the students there, and I know firsthand a lot of work goes into those musicals.
Yeah.
So if you can, get out and enjoy it. A really fun night. Go out on the town, get some dinner, head to one of those shows, and you won't be disappointed.
What is it? That particular musical?
I
Have you
haven't
seen that before?
No, so I think I do
haven't
want to go
either.
catch it. So I haven't seen it, but I know that the show tunes, like those are popular out there. Sunrise, Sunset,
Yeah.
They've reused that.
Sunset.
Yes, they've reused that in other pop culture things. And then also, If I Were a Rich Man, certainly it's a big hit. So they always do a good job there at Falconer, but I'm a little biased, as you know. So
I'm biased to JHS, and you're
I'm
biased to Falconer, so it's okie dokie.
Yeah, okie dokie, Smokey. What are you going to do? Well, this weekend's going to be okie dokie.
Yes.
Really. I mean, it's looking like spring out there, lots of sunshine.
Yes.
I thank you, because I got to go for a walk yesterday. It was great to get out of the house. Like, I was going a little stir crazy.
Yeah.
A little stir crazy.
You were going loco a little bit. Anyway, let's take a look at the weekend planner, and I think you guys are really going to love this. Now, we stay cool tomorrow, 38 degrees with that northwest wind, clouds early, then changes to full sunshine for the afternoon. We've gone crazy for Sunday. We think if we can get it, we have a good shot at hitting 60 here in the city. It's going to be cooler near the Lake Erie shoreline, but warmer inland, lots of sunshine. We have a good shot of hitting 60 on Sunday, and it stays mild into early next week.
You just made my day. Seriously.
Well, I'm glad.
You just made my day. Dakota, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's going to do it for us today. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. Remember, when you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading our mobile app. It's free in the Apple App Store, Google Play Store. We leave you with a live look over Chautauqua Lake. Have a great day.